Well, thank you. It's great to be here today with Senator McCain, who has also been just a wonderful friend to me since I've come to the Senate, Representative Courtney, Petri, and Matsui. And I appreciate everybody's leadership on this bill. I was a superintendent of schools before I took this job, replacing Ken Salazar in the Senate, and I can tell you that there is nothing that will make more of a difference in the lives of our kids than having quality instruction, a quality teacher. And the Troops to Teachers program has been a critical way of bringing people that have already made an extraordinary contribution to our country into our classroom. In Colorado, nearly 600 Troops to Teacher participants are already working in our schools, and a tremendous percentage of them are teaching high-need subject areas such as math, science, and special education. Unfortunately, many men and women coming back from Iraq and Afghanistan are ineligible to participate in the current program because of burdensome restrictions. The current legislation requires 6 years of military service and limits the number of schools eligible to participate in the program. In Colorado, many of the school districts located near military installations where Troops to Teachers participants often prefer to teach are excluded from participation because of these restrictions, and I think that sends exactly the wrong message. What we should be saying is, if you want to continue to serve your country, if you want to make a difference in a student's life, there is a place for you in the classroom. The legislation we're introducing today would build on the successful Troops to Teachers program by making it easier for returning veterans to enter the classroom, especially in the school districts where their talent is needed most. This bill would increase the number of schools eligible to participate by 49%, opening over 1,000 schools in Colorado to Troops to Teachers. Working with Senators McCain, Representative Courtney, and Matsui, it's my hope we can make the much-needed and common-sense changes this legislation proposes, and in doing so attract new talented teachers to the profession. Let me finish just by saying this. It's often said that our military is the strongest in the world, not because of our weapons or tanks, but because of the men and women who choose to serve in its ranks. With that in mind, let's make sure that their service can extend beyond the battlefield to our schools and classrooms. We need to enlist their drive and their commitment to make America's system of public education once again the envy of the world and the driver of the American dream. It's a great privilege for me to be here today with my colleagues on this important piece of legislation.
Thank you very much, and it's my pleasure to be here with my distinguished colleagues, Senator McCain and Bennet, and my colleagues in the House. I'm very pleased to be here today. This program is wonderful because it really does strengthen and modernize the Troops to Teachers program that is so critical, I believe, in this day and age. This legislation will really ensure that veterans are going to be able to provide leadership and mentor at-risk kids and enable troops to really teach in their home communities. By making improvement to the current law, more than 3,600 schools in California alone will benefit from this program. In my hometown of Sacramento, nearly 150 additional schools could participate, and students and schools across the country will really benefit as well. And already, Troops to Teachers has had 737 participants in California and impacted over 425,000 students. Yet, we know there's a more need for teachers, and it continues. I first learned about Troops to Teachers program at a California Purple Heart Veterans Day event in my district. Two different veterans who are participating in Troops to Teachers came up to me and informed me about the opportunities afforded for the program to continue to contribute to our country and really do and make an impact on the communities after especially serving in the armed forces. They now teach in high-need school districts in my district. Right now, our country is grappling with an aging teaching workforce, and we have a definite need for qualified school teachers, particularly those that can provide mentorship and leadership. I was privileged to visit in one of my high schools, Hiram Johnson High School. This was a year or so ago, where there was a wonderful teacher, a woman, in fact, who was in the armed forces, who was teaching, and the respect that they afforded her was absolutely wonderful. And this was a tough school. and it was absolutely wonderful. That's really when I really decided that it was important to actually provide an opportunity to extend the service so that people who really wanted to be involved and who already understood what it meant to serve this country was fulfill their service in other ways. So I'm privileged and very happy to be here today, and I thank all my colleagues in assisting in this. So thank you very much.